while asking the court for mercy.
The paranoia that came out of me was incredible.
Discover what they believe to be human remains.
How does it feel when you have to pass judgment for heinous crimes? How does such a person feel at that given moment? Faced with the fact that some lives were taken because of someone's carelessness, rude behavior, or desire to prove themselves. However, judges are only human, made of flesh and blood like everyone else. We know that emotions cannot be mixed in with this work, but sometimes it's simply not possible. Sometimes something wakes up in them, so they have to react the way any normal person would.
What we do every day is so hard. People don't give any of us the credit that we deserve for dealing with the horrors that are brought before us.
We're not even aware of how it affects them and their private lives. This job requires quite strong mental abilities in order for a person to be able to separate work from life. This is Darrell Brooks. He drove a sport utility vehicle, or SUV, through the annual Christmas parade in Waukesha, Wisconsin, killing 6 people and injuring 62 others on November 21st, 2021. At around 4:39 p.m., a red 2010 Ford Escape SUV broke through barricades and was driven through the annual Christmas parade in Waukesha. One cop was knocked on the hood of the SUV, attempting to stop the driver. Toward the end of the rampage, one cop discharged his weapon in an attempt to stop the car.
A red Ford SUV unexpectedly comes barreling down the parade route, striking multiple people.
Oh my God.
Brooks elected to represent himself at his trial, which began on October 3rd, 2022, after pleading not guilty to 6 counts of first-degree intentional homicide and 71 more offenses. Brooks provided pseudo-legal arguments from the sovereign citizen movement and was frequently escorted out of the courtroom for failing to follow judicial protocol. Brooks was found guilty on all 76 charges by a jury on October 26, 2022. He was condemned to 6 consecutive life terms without the possibility of release, with an extra 763 years and 3 months to begin on October 16, 2022. The parade was live streamed, and other participants recorded the event on camera, which was later shared on social media. According to 2 eyewitnesses, the vehicle did not immediately stop, and all they could hear were people screaming and crying. One witness described the driver as controlled and quiet. According to police, the driver intentionally targeted the crowd while driving in a zigzag pattern in order to hit as many people as possible. The judge, Jennifer R. DeRoe, could not control herself in this case, so her emotions got involved.
Those were images that frankly kept me up at night, that I saw over and over.
Her emotions even brought tears to her eyes.
Talk about their formation. Talk about what she saw. So strong.
She also made a harsh statement for him.
You left a path of destruction, chaos, death, injury, confusion, and panic.
In the end, the verdict came.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Darrell E. Brooks, guilty of first-degree intentional homicide as charged in count 1 of the information.
Christopher and Larissa Rodriguez. In June 2018, Christopher Rodriguez and Jordan's mother, Larissa Rodriguez, pled guilty to charges of involuntary manslaughter, felonious assault, endangering a child, and gross abuse of a corpse in Jordan's murder. The plea was part of a compromise with prosecutors that permitted the pair to avoid a murder trial, which may result in a life sentence. Prosecutors and defense attorneys for the pair reached an agreement on a suggested sentence of 20 to 25 years for both accused. Russo sentenced Larissa Rodriguez to 25 years in jail, but rejected the suggestion for Christopher Rodriguez after a hearing soon after. She didn't see any regret for that act in them, especially for him.
I didn't even hear you say you were sorry. I will not accept the recommendation.
After prosecutors showed her images of the boy's body, Russo burst into tears for the first time in her 22 years on the bench.
And I look at these photographs, and it's very hard.
She started talking about how this job they do is really hard.
What we do every day is so hard.
She described this crime as a horror she had never seen before.
People don't give any of us the credit that we deserve for dealing with the horrors that are brought before us. And Mr. Rodriguez, this is a horror.
After that, the emotions stepped in. She opened herself up with emotions.
I know as a judge I'm not supposed to show emotion. And in 22 years I never have. This is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
According to Assistant Cuyahoga County Prosecutor Anna Faraglia, Larissa Rodriguez told officers that sometime in September 2017, Christopher took the youngsters into her bedroom in a semi-conscious state. Larissa Rodriguez said that they did not seek assistance, but instead gave him a cold shower and placed him in her bed for a full day. They chose to bury him in the backyard when he passed away. To prevent animals from excavating him, they placed mothballs in the bags they used to wrap him, according to Faraglia. It took Cleveland police 2 months before hearing of the boy's death after receiving a tip from Pakistan. The informant was Scott Rodriguez, a soldier stationed in Pakistan, and the brother of Christopher Rodriguez. Before reporting to the Medina County Jail to complete an 18-month term for failing to pay child support, he said that Christopher Rodriguez phoned him and admitted to burying the kid, according to Faraglia. She also said that Scott Rodriguez instructed her brother to contact the police and then made the call himself after discovering that he hadn't. After 2 days of searching, detectives went to Larissa Rodriguez's residence where they found the boy's body on December 19th. In the end, she announced the punishments for the crimes committed.
Count 1, involuntary manslaughter, felony of first degree, 11 years in prison. Your sentence as follows. Count 1, involuntary manslaughter, 11 years in prison. Count 2, felony of the second degree, felonious assault, 8 years in prison, a total sentence of 28 years.
Unfortunately, such cases and crimes have always been and always will be. It's in the nature of some people to succumb to those actions for some satanic pleasure of their own. Fortunately, there's a whole team of heroes standing there who take justice into their own hands and give such monsters what they deserve. Let's not forget that they're also people and that they are subject to all kinds of pressures in various ways, but they still find the strength to complete every job. If you liked this video and want more content like this, hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching.